What are your thoughts on red meat and the carnivore diet as it pertains to heart disease?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can flat out say that red meat does not cause heart disease. And we really have all of the evidence that you could want to show this. And yet, somehow, like you said, if you ask 100 people on the street, most of them, probably 90% of them, are going to tell you that red meat is bad for your heart health. But it's just simply not true. It's one of these myths that we just can't seem to undo no matter how much evidence we have. And we have all the evidence. We have the meta-analyses, the randomized trials. We have all the stuff that you could want, and yet this myth just still continues to persist. And I think it's because of the non-scientific influences, the financial influences. Of course, when you're talking about red meat, you get into environmental concerns and ethical concerns and all of these other concerns that have nothing to do with your health.
They say the science is settled, that red meat doesn't cause heart disease. But let's break through the noise and talk about what the body's actually telling us. First off, let's talk facts. Study after study, peer-reviewed, large-scale, independent, show a direct correlation between high red meat consumption and increased risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and cancer. Red meat is high in saturated fat, heme iron, and L-carnitine, which gets converted by your gut bacteria into TMAO, a compound strongly linked to arterial plaque and heart disease. That's not theory, that's biochemistry. Harvard, Cleveland Clinic, World Health Organization, these aren't vegan bloggers. These are institutions backed by decades of data. Even the American Heart Association classifies red and processed meat as major contributors to heart disease. And if it was truly about the science, why ignore the science that does show harm? Why dismiss thousands of peer-reviewed studies but blindly trust a handful that say red meat is safe? Usually funded by meat industry ties. That's not truth, that's biased. Let's be real, we've been conditioned to call red meat strength, but at what cost? Clogged arteries, inflamed joints, poor circulation, and dependencies on pill later in life? That's not power, that's slow decay, dressed as masculinity. Don't let the steak on your plate be the reason your heart stops early.